Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for our annual public meeting. We're going to be spotlighting the Community Services Bureau, so we're really excited for that. Chief Muntz?
Thank you. I want to welcome everybody who's here in attendance, especially our council members and our council liaison to the Public Safety Board, Miranda, our communications director, and Deputy Chief Edwards on my right here. I want to thank everybody who will be watching this later and those who are going to attend live on Facebook as we move through what was formerly known as the Community Youth Outreach Unit. So just a real quick little bit of history. In the mid-90s, the Youth Outreach Unit, or YOU, was formed to serve a need for the youth of the community. And it was done so with public funding and some grants and et cetera. And those of you who were around that time remember it was in the old ambulance building that was outside of the old police department. So in the early 2000s, I believe, the name was changed to the Community and Youth Outreach Unit, and to more better, I think, encompass what the goals were at the time to do things like Neighborhood Watch and some of those outreach programs that we still do today that aren't necessarily just connected to the youth. What we've done now is when I was asked to have the Community Youth Outreach Unit be the focus of this year's Public Safety Forum, which we do every year, I thought this is a good opportunity to make a change in name, pretty much name only, that consists of changing that Community Youth Outreach Unit to be more in line with the other bureaus in the department. So we decided that Community Services Bureau would be a good name for that because that encompasses everything that we do within that bureau. So tonight, Captain Rapp, who oversees that bureau, which includes things like communications and our new victim advocate, our records unit, a lot of our outreach programs for youth are all, he's going to talk more about that, and he'll have his folks get up and talk about that. And I thought what we do is if you as the board have any questions during the presentation, just let them know, and they can probably address your questions then, or you can wait till later, and then we'll address questions from the public or from Facebook Live once they conclude their presentation. So without further ado, Captain Rapp.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you for having us present this forum to you in regards to the new unit and how it's being formed and the supervisors. Like the Chief said, the Bureau, when I took over the Bureau about 4 months ago, it was very unique. By being unique, there is 4 different units within the Bureau. Each bureau, or each unit in the Bureau, is located in 4 different locations in the building on 2 different levels. So making that become highly qualified supervisors to supervise the bureaus. And I'm very nervous for some reason. I have no idea why. We have 4 supervisors: Sergeant Keating, Sergeant Claxton, Supervisor Alexander, I don't know why I'm doing it, Brian Alexander, and Holly Grant. And tonight, we're going to be talking about their units: the records unit, communications unit, community services, crime prevention, community service, school resource, victim advocate, and youth outreach. The records unit itself does several different things as far as report accuracy, submitting reports to the state and federally, city license renewal, all records requests, and some attorney requests, just to mention a few. The records unit supervisor is Holly Grant, and she has 4 employees. Besides submitting all the police reports to the records unit, the accuracy and completion, they are responsible for sending out the information to the state and federal agencies, resulting in accurate reporting. The records unit also represents and reproduces and redacts the appropriate information for all sunshine laws requested for all reports related in request. Some of the statistics for the records unit.
A little closer to the mic. You're doing a great job.
Some of the statistics for the records unit is 6,063 total police reports to date. 711 motor vehicle accident reports reported to LITS. 1,588 reports purchased by the public, several background checks, fingerprints sold, liquor license purchased, and private security license, along with 1,300 alarm reports that's gone through. These numbers itself will probably match or exceed 2021, as you can see, the numbers. Another unit within the Bureau is the police dispatch. Police dispatch is responsible for all police radio traffic. They have all the incoming calls that come into the police station. They answer all the 911 calls and dispatch all the officers to any of the calls that they go on. Dispatch from they also dispatch for the Blue Springs School District. They monitor tips, text a tip, and many other data entries. The unit is supervised by Brian Alexander. He has 13 full-time employees and 4 part-time employees. Currently, there's 3 openings in full-time positions, but there's 3 people in background, so that should be full. The 2 part-time openings have not been interviewed yet, and we hope to do that after the first of the year. Besides on dispatch handling calls, the 911, the police officers, and the fire department dispatching calls for the 911. They handle non-emergency calls. They answer all the after all hours calls for the field house, city hall, water department, and any city-run department. In 2022, to date, they have 79,767 calls for this time period. 30,000 of those calls were dispatched to the PD. Animal control calls at 2,400, and compared to the year prior, their numbers should be higher than the previous year. Sergeant Claxton?
Thank you. I'm Sergeant Brandon Claxton with the Community Services Unit. My unit that I supervised was formerly known as Crime Prevention Unit. With the rebranding, it's changed to the Community Services Unit. And like Captain Rapp said several months ago, when we decided to kind of change the name, he asked me if I could come up with kind of a job description for officers that may potentially be looking to join our unit in the future. So I'll discuss some of those kind of expectations for officers that would be part of our unit. But first, I'd like to kind of describe why we have our unit. So like I said, it was formerly Crime Prevention. Now it's Community Service Unit, and basically it's designed to work in partnership with local businesses and residents to reduce crime and build positive and a safe environment, allowing families and businesses to flourish within the city. That's our purpose. That's why we're here. With the rebranding, restructuring, we are slotted to have 4 officers and 1 supervisor for the unit. Currently, we have myself as the supervisor and 1 officer, Doug Heischman. We are in the process of interviews for an additional officer and hopefully several more as staffing allows. So our unit is responsible for multiple different things. We have a long list of things that we do. Some of them, as you can see on the slide here, as the Citizens Police Academy. We do different talks on crime prevention, our VIPS program, which is Volunteer in Police Service, Life Sports Program, Crime-Free Multi-Housing, National Night Out, Shop with the Blue Springs Cop, and our Officer Friendly Program. And I'll kind of expand on those here in a second. We'll go here. So some of the prevention that we do is community service officers work with businesses and the public to tackle hotspots and high crime areas. We get some of that data through our crime analysts. That she provides us data where we're having trouble areas. Also, we get that data through our daily patrol logs. The Crime-Free Multi-Housing Program is something that Officer Heischman works with landlords and property owners, and we work to handle problem tenants. We try to keep the landlords and property owners in the loop if there's problems going on their property, so that if need be, they can address the issue, whether it be, just through communication, or, if it ends up resulting in eviction, or whatever process that they choose to take. But we try to have that good communication through the property owner, so they know what's going on their property if police are called out there. So like I said, we also do the community presentations. I already discussed some of the programs. We also do Neighborhood Watch. Faith in Blue is something new that we started this year. It's an annual thing every Columbus Day weekend. We took part in that this year. This is the third year that they've done Faith in Blue. It's a national event, kind of like National Night Out throughout the country. We had 3 different locations that we participated in, and it's basically joining the police department with churches and their congregation to build positive community relations. We had one location at Blue Springs Christian Church down South 7 Highway. We did an event at Abundant Life Church, and also partnered with CJC Fire Department at Rotary Park on Saturday earlier this month. We partner with the Parks Department for Trunk or Treat, Spooky Springs, Downtown Alive for the Trunk or Treat Main Street, the RAD program, which is the Rape Aggression Defense program. It's one that our unit has been in charge of. However, since the COVID shutdown, we haven't had any classes. Sergeant Benson decided to step back in as an instructor, and we've got our first class coming up in November, and that class has already been filled up. It filled up within just a few days. We also have the internship program, VIPS. That program, 50 volunteers. Our VIPS program, they help in many ways to support the police department. VIPS, by the actions that they do, they keep officers on the road so that officers can focus on serving our community. The VIPs do some of the things that maybe would tie officers up. They help with the radar, delivering the different radar signs, our portable radar trailers. For years, they've helped with the alarm permits. That's now done through our records unit. But they help in many different ways. They also help traffic control and other things. So I wanted to kind of jump back, and I know I'm kind of jumping over a few different places here, but so the crime prevention officer, go back kind of what that position entails. So a crime prevention officer, that's someone that basically patrols shopping districts, hotels, motels, multi-housing areas. They do community presentations, Neighborhood Watch, Citizens Police Academy, Officer Friendly, Stranger Danger presentations for, any age, but little kids all the way up to adults. They partner in community events like National Night Out, Fall Fun Fest Parade, Fall Fun Fest Booth, the Night Bike Ride, Trunk or Treat. They also work with local businesses through city ordinances. We have a hotel motel ordinance that we have to enforce, or not, make sure that it's being followed. And we have a video surveillance ordinance, and also making sure that that's in compliance. Community service officer will also participate in job fair and recruitment activities. They develop and maintain working relationships with loss prevention agents, retail management, business owners, and property managers. Community service officers actively work and assist in the training of police interns and VIPs. Officers will attend community meetings like the Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association, HOA meetings, crime-free meetings, and other meetings like that. They will conduct public trainings like crime prevention through environmental design, or CPTED, armed violent intruder, bank robbery prevention and response, identity theft protection classes. Officers will build positive relationships with area youth through programs like Life Sports, Girls on Fire, Cop Car Karaoke, the Youth Citizens Police Academy, Popsicles with the Police. And in certain situations, community service officers may be asked to assist in mediation if patrols having a situation where they're going out to the same area repeatedly, and you have, maybe we'll say, two neighbors that are having issues, they might ask if they would be willing to participate in a mediation. Obviously, both parties would have to agree, but that is something that we would be willing to offer and work with them. I mentioned a few of the programs that we had. I know Sergeant Keating's going to talk a little bit about Girls on Fire. One of the big programs that we do every year is the Life Sports program. That's one that this is the 5th year for it. It has expanded every year. There's been a huge demand for the program. Originally, it was 55 kids per session. We do 2 sessions of Life Sports. There was such a demand that we were having to turn kids away for that program. And 2 years ago, we increased the number up to 70 kids for that program. And the Life Sports program is designed to take those middle school age boys in our community that are good kids, and we want to keep them on the right track. We teach them leadership skills, teamwork. We work with them on different things that they face, whether it be talk to them about sexting and other things that they're facing, bullying, having courage to stand up when they know that something's wrong, to have the courage to stand up against that. So if you guys don't mind, I'd like to show a video. It's about 6 minutes long about the Life Sports program. And then after I'm done, I'll turn it over to Sergeant Keating. So thank you guys for your time.
Life Sports is a program designed for middle school aged young men to come out and meet police officers and play sports with them.
Figure out the sound
It's not
here. You guys know how to work the... I think I got it. I think I got it.
Life Sports is a program designed for middle school aged young men to come out and meet police officers and play sports with them. It's not about athleticism. It's not about who's the best, and now there's competition, but it's about growing relationships. In order to be a part of Life Sports, you have to be in good academic standing as well as have good attendance and no disciplinary issues in school. So it's more of a reward-based program for those kids that we don't get to meet on a daily basis in our line of duty work. So out here we're playing kickball right now, but we do a variety of different sports, and we have guest speakers that come out. They teach life lessons, and we talk about some of the important things that just are going on in this world. And it kind of develops from there, but the majority of this is about building relationships and trust amongst the community.
What grade are you in, Doug?
7th,
What school do you go to?
Moreland Ridge Middle School.
What's your favorite thing about Life Sports?
Coming here, getting out of the house, and having fun with police officers.
What's your favorite sport to play while you're out here on live?
Soccer, and because I've played it before,
What's your nickname here?
Shifty.
Why is your name Shifty?
Because I keep dodging Mr. McRae's water balloons.
You're gonna get hit one of these days by a water balloon. You know that, right, Shifty?
Probably, but maybe not.
Would you recommend this program to your friends?
Yes, I tried to get 2 of my friends to get here, but
How
both of
many
them
years have you
busy.
come here?
2. This is my second one.
Second year. Will you be back next year?
Yes, sir.
Sure. How many years have you been here, Kevin?
This is my second year.
Okay. What school do you go to?
I go to, well, I'm
What
going,
school are you about to go to?
I'm about to go to Brittany Hill Middle School.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
So, what's your favorite thing about life sports?
Just the people and how interactive they are and how funny it is.
How funny it is or how fun it is?
Like how fun and then how like the people are like super funny and like kind.
Tell me a couple of your favorite activities out here.
My first activity that I really liked was football. That I like the hockey. So that's really fun.
What about capture the flag and water balloons? You like that?
Yeah, I kind of like. Yeah, I kind of like throwing water balloons at the coaches. It's really fun.
What, have you made a bunch of friends out here at life sports?
Yep.
Do you feel like whenever you go see the police officers outside of the school, you feel like you talk to them?
Yep.
And how old are you?
12.
And how many years have you come to life sports?
2.
Your second year. You enjoy it?
Yes.
Okay, what's your favorite thing about it?
All the sports we play.
What's your favorite sport if you had to pick one?
Probably the stations where we get to play dodgeball and like flag tag and stuff.
Okay. Do you have a couple memories that you can think of about life sports that you remember for a long time to come?
Yeah.
What do you think one of those is?
All the capture the flags in the woods.
Yeah. What about the water balloons? Hitting your instructors?
Yeah.
What instructor do you think you hit the hardest?
You.
Is this your first year of life sports?
Yes, this is my first year of life
Okay,
sports.
what's your favorite thing about life sports?
You get an opportunity to meet new people and just get outside.
And then have you made some new friends while you're here?
Yes.
How many, what's your favorite sport you play out here?
I really like the ultimate frisbee.
What other event that's not a main sport have you enjoyed so far?
I enjoyed flag tag.
Flag tag? Okay. What instructor do you think you hit the hardest with the water balloon?
Probably you, McRae.
When you see the police officers around the schools, you feel good about coming up and talking to them?
Yes, I would.
You feel like you know us pretty well now?
Yeah.
How many years have you been here, Zach?
This is my second year.
And what school are you at?
Sunny Point Elementary, going to Polk Kinder.
Okay. How old are you?
11.
11. And then what is your favorite thing about life sports?
Friends, sports, coaches.
Okay. Definitely coaches though, right? Coaches over everything else? You feel like you've made a lot of new friends since you've been out here?
Yeah.
Okay. What's been one of your favorite memories you've made while you've been out here?
Probably when Kev earlier he was running on the base and bumped into someone on accident. It was kind of funny.
Okay. You saw the police around town. You feel like you feel good about coming up and talking to us when you see us in uniform?
Maybe.
What if it's something from life sport or life sport instructor?
Probably.
It's the best and you should really try it out.
Well, it's just an opportunity to get outside, meet new friends, and just have fun. It's super fun and you should come.
I would recommend coming. It's really fun, and you get to play sports all the time, and you get to play all the sports you love.
What a great program that was. That was a good little snippet. All right, let me.
Hit the microphone.
This one. Oh, well, no wonder you guys can't hear me. The microphone was on mute. That was a great program there. That's the stuff we do here in the Community Services Bureau. Lots of fun stuff like that. So I'm Sergeant Kenneth Keating. I am on the other half of the Community Services Bureau. Let me get this going here. What am I doing wrong? All right, so I'll just go on with this so that I don't keep holding up here. All right, so I'm in charge of several things. I have an excellent team. I couldn't do, it's not my bureau here. I couldn't do any of this without my team. So some of them are over there. Some of them are at home watching on Facebook Live. So give a shout out to them. We do the DARE program, school resource officer or school resource officers. We have a victim advocate. We have a crisis counselor. We do Girls on Fire, and we also add the chaplains. What did I do wrong here? Why am I not being able to? Oh, slideshow. Huh? Oh, there we go. All right, cool, thanks. I have school resource officer Ralph Covington, handles Blue Springs High School. John Mitchell does Blue Springs South. I have Officer Foster, who's a DARE officer. Officer Westerman, who does DARE. I have Carrie Welch. I misspelled her name. She's going to tell me about it tomorrow. Got Heather Sake. She's our victim advocate. And then Tammy Kunkel is our admin assistant. So they are my team that really helps me look like I know what I'm doing. Like I said, we got the DARE officers, school resource officers. We collaborate with the Blue Springs School District, Department of Public Safety. We are grant funded by Jackson County Combat. They handle our DARE grant funding and stuff. On top of that, we have victim advocate. It's a position that just was created by Chief Munns earlier this year. So we're starting to get that up and going. So it's still in the beginning stages. Licensed counselor, like I mentioned. We do some case management stuff. We do community service with some of our youth programs, decision-making classes. We're pairing up with formerly Comprehensive Mental Health / Burrell now. So we do one-on-one consultations if need be. We've got a new resource and information page on our website. And like I said, we get to do Girls on Fire that Officer Westerman is heading up with all her team that do a fantastic job with that. So I'll talk more about that a little bit later. But school resource officers right now, we partner with the Blue Springs School District to give a big thank you to Dr. Jerome and his crew at Central Office, as well as Director Sam Gilkey and Lieutenant Mike Russell. With their crew, they help our SROs. So we have one school district officer and one PD officer in the schools. Both of the Department of Public Safeties have K-9s, and the two of them have both high schools, and they work phenomenally together. So it's really been a great partnership with that. It helps bring that community aspect of stuff. I wanted to throw out these numbers here. So over at Blue Springs High, they had 1,782 students. That's not including the freshman center that they have to partner with and protect over. If you think about them protecting that, it's such a massive campus that they can do that to. It's great that they work together to do that. And then Officer Mitchell with his DPS partner there, they have 2,201 students. Again, they had the freshmen go over there. So when they build that freshman side of the Blue Springs High, those numbers are about even. There's just a little bit more on the Blue Springs High side. Law enforcement based initiative. This is where DARE comes in. And thank you to Jackson County Combat. They help fund that to allow us to have Officer Foster and Officer Westerman into the schools. DARE's been around forever. I know probably a lot of us have been through DARE. It's still a great class to go to. But, you know, we're shaping it. It's not just drug resistance now. It's about role-playing, group projects, discussions on stuff like bullying and peer pressure, and bringing it more to, you know, stuff that students would have issues with now, not just don't do drugs. So that's still a part of it, though. Vaping, marijuana, all that stuff still talked about. Have Officer Foster. She's been here for 12 years. She teaches 32 classes, covers William Yates, Cordell Mason, James Walker, William Bryant, Sunny Point. I mean, she definitely handle a lot. And then Officer Westerman, she's been here 10 years. She does Thomas Oltkin, Timothy Lutheran, St. John, Land, Plaza Heights. As you can see, kids love this program. It's a fun thing to be about. Graduations are about to come out. I'll plug that in December. So the students really love that, and it's great to see how happy they are there. I just wanted to talk over about the case management that we do. If we can have school referrals, parent referrals, or law referrals, and basically what they come in and is if somebody needs some help with, we got some decision-making classes to help foster healthy relationships, peer pressure, trauma, PTSD, that kind of stuff. We started to pair with Comprehensive Mental Health or Burrell, so they've been helping us tackle those issues, and they bring forth all their specialties and stuff, and it's been really nice pairing with them. And community service once a month, one of my crew, one of my team helps out when we do community service. We'll pick up some trash. So if they come in and say they do something, they have a vape at school or they have a fight at school, they might have to do some community service to pick up some trash and stuff like that around there, and help pick up the shell casings of our range days or whatever. But for the most part, Officer Mitchell, Officer Covington, they really help with that a lot. And then we have Carrie Welch, our licensed counselor. She helps every year. She maintains her certification. She can sit down with the help of others. She'll sit down one-on-one consultation. What I like about this is that each person isn't just a blanket. It's per family, per individual. We figure out what they need to help for each one, and we try to pair it with that family or with that individual, not just blanket everybody on that one. So she does a great job at that, and they do a wonderful job with Officer Westerman and Heather Sake and all them help out. Comprehensive comes in. We got detectives that come in and help. So we make it a community effort to help. Speaking of victim advocate, Heather Sake, she's got 25 years of social work and experience in this kind of social work area, I should say. Certified. She's going through a certified victim advocate program right now. She's going down to Springfield, getting some classes to go down there, try to help bring some things back here. Because like I said, we started this and we're trying to mold and shape it. So hopefully we can get it somewhere. But she's doing a great job. We just need to try to narrow down some things there. So she's helping partner with local, state, and federal agency stuff. So she helps with some court cases, assisting victims, and she can respond to calls when needed. It's nice to have that helpful smile whenever someone's having a really bad day. She started this or created this poster. I know it doesn't look blue up there, but it's blue. You can use your QR code if you'd like to. We have it on our website on the Blue Springs Gov. It's the resources page there. But if you ever need any help, need any resources, quick, brief little thing, it's already set up for you. We got some pamphlets in our hallway over there. We're going to try to put some up hopefully soon. We just wanted to get this out because this is like the saying, hey, this is what we just did. So just go to the website. It's fun on that. Now this is even the better part. This is the part that gets really excited, and I get a little fast talking about this because it's so much to talk about. But this year we opened up the thing for Girls on Fire on Sunday, and by Monday we had to shut it down because there are so many people wanting to go there, and they have 3 sessions now. You got the QR code in the corner if you want some more information on that. This is a wonderful flyer that was put together. Shows the missions and values, and having been at the program or stuff, it's so fun. The girls love this. My own daughters went through this program, so educates, empowers, and inspires. I think it speaks for itself. I don't even need to sit up here and sell it. It's just word of mouth. You see it. I'll show a little video here shortly, but the girls love it. My team loves it, and the people that head it up, Officer Westerman, you got Officer Foster, Detective Yeager, Sergeant Benson. I mean, I can go on and on. Blue Springs Assembly of God does a great job of helping us out, get a host for past several years to kind of have a spot. So I'll show a video real quick, but basically it talks about empowering education. It's only like a 3-minute video, but it just kind of goes over. I think you want to hear from somebody other than me talk about this program.
My name is Officer Amber Westerman with the Blue Springs Police Department. I teach 5th grade DARE as well as the Girls on Fire summer program. In Girls on Fire, we do a lot of different programs that is aimed towards middle school, high school girls to empower them to go out and do wonderful things as they continue to get older and become good citizens. Some of the classes that we offer are sex trafficking classes, self-defense classes. We do crafts, we do activities, we do Rediscover. We talk about mental health things. We talk about how to stay safe when you're with your friends. We talk about peer pressure, selfie love, because the girls on the internet, it makes it so hard for them to understand that what they see in the media isn't always true. So we talk about safety when it comes to social media stuff. Team building, communication. The girls get to meet people they haven't met. Maybe they're going to middle school with. And then they also get to do racing and activities and exercise and all those things that go along with building their self-esteem, so that when they go to middle school, when they go to high school, they can be successful and they can feel comfortable with who they are as they continue to grow and become good citizens of the Blue Springs community.
Hi, I'm Susan Culpepper, the City Councilman for District 3, and I am here, as I am often, with the Girls on Fire. This is a tremendous program. The ladies from the police department have organized this, and I've had the privilege of being a helper for many, many years. We have lots of girls. This year, over 180 girls have asked to join our program, so we're very excited. We teach them many, many things for life going forward, and we would like to have everyone join us. We also are supported by the women of the police department and by volunteers and by donations. So we're always happy to have everyone included, and we would welcome your support.
This is Detective Yeager, and I am doing Girls on Fire this year. It is so fun to do. I really like building the community and empowering the girls and having the relationship with the girls. One of the biggest things that I like as far as the Girls on Fire program with the girls is watching them grow from when they first start. They're really shy, or they're scared or nervous. They don't know what's going to happen. And then just getting to know them and having fun with them and seeing them smile and seeing them grow and just being kids and learning and just having fun is really why I like doing this. In order to get your girls signed up, you can go and visit the City of Blue Springs Police Department webpage, and there's a link and all kinds of information. But if you have a question, you can obviously call the non-emergency police department line, and they'll get you transferred.
All right, there. Doesn't show everything that they do, but it definitely just goes to show you how much the girls really love that, and how much effort and hard work that is put in by the team. So it's just like the life sports. It's just a great community for both the boys and the girls of the community. So I am done with my thing, so thank you very much for having us here. I think now I'll turn it over to questions. Is it anything on Facebook or anything here?
Are you guys done with your presentation? Yeah. Thank you very much. Hey, I just wanted to add, as you can see, the Community Services Bureau is very, very busy, and they're a very important part of our department. It would not be fair for me to say they are the most important part, but however, tonight the focus is on them, so I think I will. They are one of the most important parts of our department. As an officer or as a police department, you're no longer can just go out there and enforce ordinances and arrest people. You're asked to do so many more things, from social service to mental health to all kinds of things that we're called upon to do. And this bureau answers that need all the way from the records to the dispatch unit to our community programs, on both sides of crime prevention side and our youth services side. And I am very thankful for what they do. One of them mentioned that they make them look good, their team. Well, that bureau makes me look good. The whole bureau, they work so hard. From our full-time employees, our part-time employees, and the volunteers, they play such a crucial role in that bureau. So I'm so thankful for them being here tonight and for what they do. And now I'll turn it over to, if you as the board have any questions, or if we have anything anybody would like us to address, we'll bring a microphone over. If anyone out there has any questions or even want to say anything. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to ask about...
You have to turn on your microphone.
On the on button. When you were talking about this case management and decision making, how often are you having to do that?
We do that regularly. My crew does what they call intakes, and we've seen an uptick after the COVID. Things started to come back, and I mean, they can correct me if I'm wrong, but they can have anywhere between 10 and 15 intakes a week, where they sit down and do the one-on-one consultations with families and students, and kind of help both the students and the family try to figure out a good course of what would particularly help with that individual family and that individual student, and not just say, okay, one size fits all. So some weeks they have 5, and other weeks they have 20. It just depends, but they're pretty regular, pretty frequent. Our calendar is pretty full about we have a little conference room there that we kind of sit down and have our offices with.
When you're talking about needs, what kind of needs are you talking about? Basic needs like clothing and housing and transportation, or are we talking about needs as far as social cues, healthcare needs? I'm trying to.
All of the above.
Okay.
So our, luckily for me, like I said, Officer Westerman, Counselor Welch, Heather, all of them have all this years of experience in social work or all that kind of stuff, and so they know, like, they have all these resources, and they know how to tap into all these places that I could tip of the iceberg. I'm like, and they're like, oh yeah, this one. So if somebody does need something, we got the Community Service League, or if somebody needs something if they need something from Moxa, or they need something from they just tap into some of the resources that they need. So if a family is, like, say their light bill is going down, or reason why they stole was because they were hungry, they sit there and do those dynamics so that we're not just saying, oh, you stole, you're in trouble, here, just go do the criminal aspect of it and we'll just can't handle that. But why, we get to the why they did the things, and then that's what we address, not just you did it, okay, go do community service and go on. Let's try to address that. And they do a really good job of that. And our goal is, we can't stop bad things from happening all the time, but the recidivism rate, we've noticed that we haven't had as many of the same people returning since they did that. And I'm like, I'm very proud of that aspect, because it seems like the families are getting the needs that they want, at least at the beginning, enough that if they do have questions or they do have further problems, they're the first ones that they come to, or email or call. And so before it gets to be a bigger deal, they're jumping on it and helping right off the bat. So they build those rapport and that relationships, because a lot of that stuff is from Girls on Fires or Boys from Life Sports, and we build those rapports. They trust us, and they come in here and they help us out. And my team just tries to do the best they can to help the family. Unfortunately, we can't help everybody, but man, we sure do try. We do try as best
Sergeant
we can.
Keating, one of your team wants to speak, if you'd let him. Officer Western.
I can talk for him.
Yeah, I know.
They weren't gonna let me up here, but I made it. So I think the confusing part is that we're a diversion program. So when we have law offenders, people who break the law who are under the age of 18, they come to us, where it's me and the licensed counselor sit down, and we try to figure out why their behavior is happening. So that's where you dig into the background, and you figure out what you can do to change that behavior, because sometimes it's not always whatever that law is they broke. So that's where the case management comes in. Yeah.
And that has been so needed.
Very.
Because our society is so fragmented, and no, not usually grandma and grandpa aren't there to kind of be
Correct.
the landing place for some of these kids. And so when you're out there as a mother or father or both and trying to work and
right.
you don't have those. So.
Yeah, which is what we see. And it comes out in different ways. And that's why without that intake, which can be from 30 minutes to 2 hours, and every track is different. It may need mental health stuff. It may need food and clothing. They may need community service and classes. So it's just a wide variety of options that we have, but we don't know that until we sit down with the family. Yeah.
Are you able to get mental health services?
Absolutely. We have recently started to collaborate with Burrell, which is formerly Comprehensive Mental Health. And so what was taking these students 3 to 6 to 9 months wait, we fast-tracked that to 24, 48 hours because we have a direct link. And so we're seeing huge improvements because of that relationship. Yeah.
A lot more can happen in 3 to 6 months while you're waiting to get
You're
in
exactly
there.
right. Or the crisis is over and then they don't need us.
Right.
And you miss out on an opportunity to prevent something in the future. Yeah.
I believe our council liaison had a question.
Yes, thank you. I guess first I want to compliment the Community Services Bureau for all that you do. It's really something to see this program. You go back 5-10 years ago, or just keep going back 5-10 years because it's been around a long time, and watch the program mature and grow and interact with our citizens. It's just, you keep the excitement there, you keep the participation. Each time when you sit back and you just look at it again, you say, wow, yeah, you guys have grown and going new directions and keeping in tune with our public. So congratulations on that. You offer so many services. I'm just gonna ask about a specific one that you kind of mentioned here, the Jackson County Combat. I know that 2 weeks from today, they've got an initiative on the ballot, and I don't know, does it impact the services that Jackson County interacts with the city on if that was to not get funded, or?
Yeah, that's different from the combat we have. We had the the school-based initiative, and that's geared towards DARE or a similar parallel program. I'm not 100% sure about the one coming up.
I think that's the mental health tax increase
the
for
tax.
mental health services.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Which is, and that is an important aspect. Helps a lot of entities within Jackson County, especially eastern Jackson County.
Okay, good.
Might I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
Why did you let the chief photobomb so many of your videos?
Well, he's heavily involved in all that stuff, and we love having him around, so that's why.
Had a couple of questions actually around the live sports and the Girls on Fire. First off, congratulations. Those programs are phenomenal. I really love the growth and seeing the youth in the city having a focus. It's a positive environment for them in the summer. Because of that phenomenal growth, I know that there's been some challenges with headcount. You mentioned today that it filled up fast on both programs. Is there any forecast or thoughts of expanding the number of youth you can serve during the summer, bringing in other agencies, anything to address the growing popularity of both of those programs?
Well, I know in the Girls on Fire, like I said, we had like 60, 70, 80, like somewhere around that, like sign up on that. They had talk at one time of maybe adding either a partial one or maybe another, but obviously playing in the summer and how it plays out and maybe doing the school schedules makes it a little challenging, but there's been talk of all that kind of stuff, and we're open to all of that because, like I said, I mean, every year you just get more and more. It started out with, 10 or 20 girls, and next thing you know, we had whole gym full, almost 250 this year, and we have to turn people away, and we hate doing that, and I know Sergeant Claxton talked about that too, trying to somehow build this even bigger, but right now, there's some challenges with it. We'll find it. So.
If I can jump in, every year annually we review all of our outreach programs to see which are beneficial, which are not, maybe need to be changed. As you recall, we used to have an event called not Coffee with a Cop, but face-to-face forums. We did those for a while, and we found they weren't beneficial, so we don't no longer do that. But we're trying to put those resources in different areas. When we review these two programs, Girls on Fire and Live Sports, they are a huge draw, but they're also a huge resource draw. And our folks put in a lot of time for that. I would love to expand those programs. We may do those in the future. We've talked about different ways we could do that outside of summer classes. And we'll continue to evaluate that. I can't make any promises, but I think based on the success of those programs, I think at some point in the future, we're going to need to try to expand that or somehow increase that outreach.
Step up there. I was going to say one thing that we have done to help bridge that gap, because it is live sports, such a draw on staffing, is we have brought in the Blue Springs School District Police Department, and as well as Missouri State Highway Patrol also helped us this year by, let's say, Highway Patrol sent over one trooper that acted as an instructor for us this year. And the school district, we had 3 school district officers that helped as instructors for our camp just because of staffing. But I was going to say another thing with life sports is, and I guess I didn't mention it in the program, but we try to bring in current and former professional athletes to speak to the kids, and we try to bring in a couple a day for each session. And so that makes it hard to do over and over again, you know, throughout the year. But I mean, that is one thing we had talked about, as the chief mentioned, you know, if we were to do something possibly over spring break or something like that, that it, you know, not stacking everything in the summer, but maybe a different time of year, something that, you know, I'm definitely looking into considering for the future. So thank you.
Sergeant Claxton, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Sorry. You mentioned identity theft training or program. That is something that I think is very important. Do you partner with, I know Parks and Rec offers things at Vesper Hall. Do you guys do this solo? Do you partner with Parks and Rec, or?
I have not partnered with Parks and Rec with it. I mean, we have our own program. I guess I wasn't familiar that they had their, I know that they do stuff there at Vesper Hall. I haven't seen their program.
Okay.
So
how often do you offer these?
We offer them all the time. So anytime someone is interested in one of our programs, there's a presentation request form, just like a tour of the police department. They just submit it through our administrative assistant, Tammy Kunkel, and they submit it up. And as long as we can fit it into our schedule, we'll do whatever we can to make the arrangements to do those presentations.
So it's more on an individual basis.
Correct.
And not like a classroom setting?
Correct. Well, not for an individual person, but so like a bank, the bank robbery prevention class, that would be something that we would do like for a group of people. Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. We've just seen, you know, you mentioned banking, and I know we've worked together on that. That's my area of expertise, and we've seen just a large number of, you know, elder abuse and financial abuse there, and that's something that I focus on. So I was just curious if there were programs offered to help combat elder abuse.
Yeah, and that's something I'll definitely look into. Like I said, I wasn't aware that the Parks Department offered that class, so that might be something that we could team up with them on.
Okay, great.
So
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? I don't think, Miranda, we have anything on Facebook, do we? Oh.
I think it's important to understand that both Life Sports and Girls on Fire, and I can speak really well about Girls on Fire. Each day we have people come in who have had life experiences that they are willing and happy to share with the girls. They talk to them about sex trafficking because they've been through it. There's a gal who's paraplegic. She comes in and she tells them what happened, what she didn't do that she should have done. And I think it's real important to understand how many people contribute to these programs. The officers bring in people from all fields and all walks of life to help with these programs. And I would like, Amber, if you would talk about the comprehensive mental health program that we're starting right now.
Oh, yeah, the initiative? One more thing about Life Sports and Girls on Fire. Sorry, I always have to have the last word, but it's free to these kids. That's what's so important, is that, and Girls on Fire turns no one away. We had anywhere from 95 to 99 girls scheduled for every session. So they can come back, they can be new, but it's free. And as long as it stays free, it impacts so many more people. Just to clarify that it is free if you want to attend. The Blue Springs Youth Mental Health Initiative is something that popped in my head in about May. And in July we started it. I don't know how that happened, but it did. We are seeing things since COVID that we've never seen here before with our youth. Things that, there was a time when Carrie could run the intakes by herself and I could do DARE, and if she needed me, I was there, and we were fine. That's not the case anymore. We see families in crisis, we see overdoses, we see families who don't want their kids anymore, we see families who are broken, And something has to give. And that's what happened. I had just had enough because we were getting to a point with my history and her history. My degrees in social work, I did that for 10 years. And then I became a police officer. I don't know how that happened, but here I am. And so with our backgrounds, because we have worked together previous to this job, we couldn't come up with a solution. And when you have families walk out of that building and you don't have an answer for them, I can't sleep at night. And so that's where the initiative came from. We have teamed with Burrell, formerly Comprehensive, so many stakeholders from the city who are on board, who are aware of the problems we have here. And believe it or not, these things happen in Blue Springs. And the sooner we can get behind and accept that, the more we can move forward. And that's what it's about. Once a month, the last Wednesday of the month, we have our meetings. Tomorrow's one. Everyone is welcome to attend. We started with probably, 15 or 17 people. Last meeting, we had over 30 stakeholders. It's growing. That was only our third meeting, and it's going big places. So that is just something that came out of nowhere, but we're going to change lives as a result of it.
No, I want to say thank you very much for that presentation. It's unreal what everybody is doing and contributing, and I am so thankful for each one's effort in putting this together. From every position, from the community to the city council, helping the chief's involvement in making these programs work. It's really incredible to see the impact that we are making in these young people's lives across so many different programs. Is pretty incredible, and it makes it should make everybody in the city feel very proud that the efforts are going out and that there's so much support in this community to help our youth. It's pretty incredible. So thank you. Very nice.
I believe that concludes our event, and then we have nothing on Facebook Live, so I think we're done. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
So you'll need a motion to adjourn.
Yep, I'm gonna motion to adjourn.
I'll move it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, so done. Thank you.
Thank you very much.